Ciao ragazzi, ciao. Sì, nuovo beat fatto stanotte. Una casa è andata in clip. Non si accende più. Nessuna compressione, Simone. Sì, piace molto anche a me, è figo. Allora, se volete vi dico al volo cosa ho fatto, perché ho cominciato a usare un po' di giocattolini. La batteria è tutta fatta con il Pocket Operator, è un mix, mi sembra, dello Speak, di questo qui e del KO. E ho usato solo la parte ritmica, solo diciamo, la traccia ritmica dei pattern già fatti, ma mentre il pattern andava usavo gli effetti interni che praticamente tenendo premuto effetto e selezionando uno dei 16 pattern faceva delle tipo glitching, perciò ve lo faccio sentire in solo. Uno dei Pocket Operator, eccoli qua, PO Main, e poi diciamo, tutta la ritmica è fatta con i due Pocket Operator, ma una interessante è questa qui che vi voglio far sentire, perché è il glitching, eccolo qua, col KO, sentite questo. Le variazioni sono io che premevo gli effetti. Poi ovviamente l'ho messa io a tempo, perché ho messo 100 bpm, ma poi sono andato col Tab to Transient, l'opzione di Pro Tools, a selezionare il downbeat e mettendolo a tempo. E poi se vi faccio sentire sempre il Pocket Operator della Teenage Engineering, il ritmo principale, pensate, è tutto Pocket Operator, questo qui. Qua Madonna, troppo alto. Trema la casa. Ovviamente è duplicato, principale è equalizzato un po' e ulteriormente equalizzato con un Pultec, ma l'equalizzazione parallela è un'altra copia con il lo-fi della Nembrini, che vi faccio sentire solo quello in solo. Sentite? Dà tutta questa cattiveria sulle basse e distorsione sulle basse. E per finire nella ritmica c'è ancora un altro Pocket Operator in cui facevo solo suonare un tom e penso che sia qui, eccolo qua, tom dello Speak, Pocket Operator Speak, ed è questo qui. In realtà è trattato, è equalizzato, c'è un non-linear reverb con molto pre-delay e con reverse attivato in modo da sembrare quasi reverse, sentite? Cioè in realtà si sente il reverse sotto nel riverbero. Ulteriormente time adjuster e poi un sidechain gestito che parte sempre dalla cassa principale e l'Oxford Dynamic riceve il sidechain. Nell'inciso si inseriscono dei suoni ulteriori. Oltre alla parte principale. Scheda audio che utilizzo, sto usando la Polo X4, ma fino a 4 giorni fa usavo la Twin Quad. La cosa interessante è che basso e chitarre le ho fatte con VPS Avenger, bellissimo plugin che ha gli ultimi expansion che potete comprare, sono proprio un'espansione di chitarra e un'espansione di basso. E per me suonano benissimo e posso fare gli accordi e lui fa dei pattern, faccio sentire. Come vedete sono accordi che ho suonato e il basso stessa cosa. Non ho suonato io la parte, ho fatto gli accordi e VPS ha una libreria molto grande in questo caso di pattern di basso e suonando degli accordi lui mi fa sentire diversi pattern. Poi ognuno di questi è stato tweakato ulteriormente o equalizzato, spostato nel tempo con il time adjuster. In questo caso vedete 696 campioni per dare un po' più di tiro e quando lo sentite insieme alla ritmica capirete. Adesso sto facendo tutto anche riprendendo, perciò scusate se sbaglio qualcosa, però basso più ritmica. Ovviamente se non partite dal downbeat l'arpeggiatore lo sto scrivendo, ecco così insomma. Vabbè ragazzi, giusto per condividere qualcosa, spero che vi piaccia. Come state? Tutto bene? Sono contentissimo del pezzo di Vincenzo, che comunque è bello. Abbiamo postato il video che aveva fatto lui a casa, abbiamo messo il pre-order su Spotify. Adesso troviamo anche una maniera di come devolvere, parliamo probabilmente di 50-100 euro, ma quello che sarà comunque di devolverlo, perché ci sembra giusto, visto che lo stiamo facendo più che altro per divertirci. E magari poi chiederemo anche a qualcuno che è più esperto di charity e di donazioni. Dunque, oggi volevo coinvolgere due persone, e magari parlerò in inglese, perché sono due persone che abitano qui a Los Angeles e con cui avevamo quotidiani e tuttora abbiamo quotidiani rapporti, anche se questa volta solo via remoto, e sono Nico Hamui e Jaime Estalella. Entrambi sono stati per un paio d'anni assistenti del mitico Dave Pensado, perciò erano i miei dirimpettai, i miei vicini di studio, nel senso che nel studio dove il mio studio qua a Los Angeles si chiama Fab Factory, sono 4 studi in affitto e uno ce l'ho io, uno l'ha Dave Pensado, uno ce l'ha Jason La Rocca, che è un famoso mixing engineer di TV series e di movies, per dirci ha fatto Aquaman, Bad Boys for Life e diverse cose, e un quarto studio che una volta era libero, cioè era per clienti che volevano affittarlo, e ora Jaime non è più assistente di Pensato ma è diventato indipendente, un mixing engineer indipendente, e ha affittato lui il quarto studio. Perciò in condizioni normali ci vediamo comunque tutti i giorni, sia con Nico che con Jaime. Nico in questo momento sta anche transizionando e costruendo proprio in questo momento uno studio a casa sua, perché sta per diventare indipendente e diventare un fonico. Ha già fatto lavori da solo on the side di Dave, perché non solo aiuta Dave a cominciare i mix, ma ha cominciato a fare anche il fonico indipendente, ha già avuto delle release con dei crediti, e volevo appunto invitare lui a cominciare a spiegarci, visto che non c'è momento migliore di lui che nello stesso momento in cui c'è stato questo grosso casino, questo grosso dramma, sta comunque costruendosi uno studio a casa. Ma il garage lo hai abbandonato. Chi è il capotesta? Il garage in che senso? È il garage... dici che non ho capito, vabbè, mi spiegherai poi il capotesta, scrivimi cosa intendi per il garage. Allora, vediamo se Nico c'è. Aspettate che provo a... Un giorno chiami Giorgia, ma certo, ma volentieri. Proviamo a chiamare Giorgia un giorno. Allora, scusate, sono un po' handicappato in questi momenti di cercare... Forse, ecco, devo fare così. Nico, non ti vedo. Where are you, Nico? I don't see you, Nico. Ok, fatemi fare un text a Nico. scusate, li sto scrivendo, non ti vedo. I don't see you. Come hai fatto ad aprire il tuo primo studio in Italia? Costa tanto? Beh, allora, secondo me nessuno apre un primo studio, io ho cominciato a piccolissimi passi, se volete ve lo dico veramente, sì, tastierina Native Instrument M32 che è comodissima in un setup così piccolo, che sto cercando anche di non farlo allargare troppo, no, o meglio si sta allargando, che ho messo un iPad Pro sopra e il mio Surface Pro là, ma insomma diciamo che no. Allora il primo studio ho cominciato no, allora velocemente, 9 anni violino al Conservatorio di Padova. Dopo 4-5 anni ho mollato, la pressione di fare liceo classico, violino, pallavolo era troppa e non mi piaceva tanto la musica classica, però mi ha dato i fondamenti della teoria musicale. Mollo, mi innamoro delle tastiere, mi innamoro del primo Roland di 10, della KS 900, ho un amico, Valerio Vecchia di Padova, che è già molto dentro la musica elettronica, che mi fa vedere il Mirage, mi fa vedere le prime cose, impazzisco per il fatto che uno si può fare tutto da solo, e da quel momento convinco mia madre a dare via il pianoforte verticale che avevamo in casa in affitto e a prendermi magari una piccola prima tastiera che era il Roland 10. Da quel momento ero già molto dentro all'informatica, nel senso che da quando avevo 10 anni ero un assiduo videogiocatore, ma parliamo dell'82-81, c'era solo il VIC-20 e il Commodore 64. Ciao Simone Bertolotti, come stai? Un piacere vederti. E perciò praticamente già programmavo, addirittura a 12 anni mi ero appassionato dell'ISP, del Fortran 77 e del primo Basic, e perciò diciamo prima è venuta la passione dell'informatica, parallelamente facevo musica classica, a un certo punto come le due cose si sono incrociate, visto che sono usciti i primi DAW, parlo di Notator e Creator, perciò parliamo proprio degli albori, avevo già un Atari ST perché l'avevo comprato per giocare ai videogiochi invece di comprare l'Amiga, avevo comprato il computer sbagliato diciamo per giocare, ecco, vedo intanto Nico, e finisco subito. Nico, give me 5 seconds. E perciò praticamente comincio a comprare delle prime cose, basic, la KS 900 e altre cose, e praticamente il mio primo studio era nella mia camera da letto, che era, me lo ricordo ancora, 2 metri per 3 metri, me lo ricordo ancora. Era, o forse leggermente, cioè era praticamente nemmeno 9 metri quadri. Avevo il letto, una scrivania per studiare, 16 anni facevo il liceo classico, e ho cominciato a appoggiare sulla scrivania la prima tastiera e il primo campionatore. Ecco, e da lì poi mi sono spostato intorno ai 22 anni, mi sembra 23 anni, in uno spazio che avevo affittato perché ho cominciato a fare, diciamo, ho avuto la fortuna di incontrare durante l'estate del 91 una persona che si chiama Leandro Barsotti che veniva in vacanza a Caorle, dove io facevo l'animatore per i bambini per guadagnare 2 soldi finito il liceo classico, ed ebbe un primo contratto discografico con BMG al tempo, e siccome io, a differenza di tutti gli altri 19 anni, 20 anni, invece di uscire la sera e provarci con le ragazze, mi ero portato la KS 900 e il Roland D10 in questa casa in affitto con tutti gli altri animatori per suonare la sera, vide me e disse: ma scusa, ma non vuoi provare a fare degli arrangiamenti o dei brani per il mio prossimo disco che devo uscire con la BMG? E da lì nacque, non riesco più a parlare nessuna lingua, nacque tutto, cominciò a piacermi così tanto, non sapevo nemmeno dell'esistenza di una figura come il produttore dell'arrangiatore che stava dietro ai dischi famosi, e perciò niente, da lì ci sono voluti 9-10 anni con diverse vicissitudini. Mi sono preso uno spazio mio con le uova, i cartoni delle uova come insonorizzazione, ho cominciato a lavorare con Claudio Cecchetto che è stato uno dei primi a credere in me, ho lavorato con Alberto Salerno e Mara Maionchi appunto su Barsotti e poi su altri progetti, e da lì con Alberto Salerno e Mara Maionchi ho incontrato Tiziano, che loro avevano già da diversi anni sotto contratto per svilupparlo come artista, e anche Emanuele Dabbono, e cominciai a produrre questi 2 artisti insieme a loro, e da lì poi insomma le cose sono cominciate a funzionare, nel senso che Tiziano ha un enorme talento, insieme abbiamo fatto Rosso Relativo e da lì tutti i dischi poi, e le cose sono, però è un processo lungo, questo che voglio dirvi, per farvi tutta questa storia, cioè non ci si può aspettare dei risultati in 1 anno, 2 anni, 3 anni, lo vedete anche con me qui a Los Angeles, è durissima, io sono qui da 7-8 anni e comincio ad avere delle prime uscite rilevanti, ma non di certo paragonabili alle uscite che ho avuto in Italia negli ultimi 10 anni, ma uno lo fa soprattutto per se stesso e per la passione che ha, è certo che poi uno deve mangiare, perciò deve avere anche dei risultati, però vabbè, scusate, cercato di fare in 2 minuti tutta la storia della mia vita, che è difficilissimo. Va bene, voglio tirare dentro Nico, così ci dice qualcosa. Nico, vediamo un po'. Eccolo qui, bam. Vediamo se viene fuori. Eccolo qui. Grazie, molto interessante. Nico! How
Ciao.
are you, my
How you
friend?
doing? Good, man. Good. Good to be on here. How's
Where are
everything?
you?
I'm here in my studio. All you can see is my roof, but here's
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Are
So
those the 8Ds?
yes, the Dutch and Dutch 8Cs.
Oh, 8Cs. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've got.
Wow, Nico, you did a lot of improvements.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always a work in progress. Always trying to get better. So I made these corner traps,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh,
I
wow.
made paneling all around. And there's some in the back here.
I mean,
On
it's
my
looking cool, Nico. It's great progress since the last time. I mean, I remember that the front was almost there, but I mean, all around is great. That rack is great. You already had that rack, I remember, the one on the right. Yeah.
yeah.
But wow. What about the computer?
So the computer is custom made
By
uh,
Bryce.
by Bryson, exactly. Yeah, so same
Wow.
that computer as Dave's, and so I'll just start with my rack, which is pretty light, but
Mm-hmm.
Furman power switch,
Yeah.
then power supply, then here's my interface, the Mo2, and then
Mm-hmm.
my computer, and then I also have the Metrum Acoustics. Which I'm in the process of getting that in the mix, testing it out, seeing what it sounds like.
What is it?
It's a D to A converter,
Okay.
so it's very top of the line. It's supposed to be one of the best in the world.
Oh,
So
which one? Sorry. Oh, the
um,
one that Dave had at his place.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So Metrum
What's
Acoustics.
the what's exactly the brand name? I forgot.
It's Metrum Acoustics.
Okay.
So
Oh,
and then the
Metrum
model
Acoustics. Okay, okay, got. Mm-hmm.
Pavane.
Pavane. Wow, seems Italian.
Yeah. Oh, I can't forget the satellite there, Octo satellite.
Dave, Dave is
Yeah.
here. Porcos, the
Hey,
goat
Dave.
of all time. Yeah.
So yeah, so here we are, um, in the mix. Got and the iPad, of course, always
Mm-hmm.
helps to have extra faders and stuff like that.
Are you
But
using the iPad with what? With the Avid, application,
yes,
or are you? Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So let's see. Oh, I just disconnected. I was just connected.
Mm-hmm. Access Analog. Great
Yeah,
guy.
and
I mean, something like Access Analog is, I mean, I don't want to say anything, but like it's the perfect application in this quarantine time, Like
yeah,
being able to
exactly.
access some incredible guys for whoever doesn't know about, Access Analog. I mean, Nico, you are one of the biggest like fan of Access Analog. We talked
Yeah.
with them a lot in the last NAM, remember?
Yeah, I absolutely love them. I think that concept is so next level. I think being able to have analog gear and not have to own it or just be able to rent it for a couple minutes and just send your stuff and you have access to almost any piece of gear.
Yeah.
So like amazing. When that starts to develop, I think that's going to be the future of analog gears because you can like you can go anywhere mobile and still have
Yeah.
access to all this analog gear. So I think that's a great.
Remember how many times we fantasized about being on the Malibu Pier with just a laptop and connecting to Access Analog and processing the whole track on Fairchild or
Yeah,
on whatever,
yeah, that'd be so awesome. Yeah, that's the goal. That's the mission. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, really
Maria
excited.
Maria Forte official. How does the controls? I mean, it's easy. It's through a plugin. You just log in into the website, take a look, and you'll understand. It's pretty straightforward. How they made it. It's very very easy to operate. Access Analog. And you should see
Yeah,
actually the actual actuators, how they work, because that's a work of art, how they developed, the actuators around the knobs to actually move, physically move the knobs. It's incredible. So what do you
yeah, it's
what do
massive
you have
level.
there more? And you want to talk about the speakers?
Yeah, so the Dutch and Dutch 8Cs are in
The
my opinion,
direct,
yeah,
uh,
the
you know.
exact competitor
Yeah.
to the keys.
See, we have them both together. Like it's a fight.
Constant battle, but yeah, they're probably some of the most amazing speakers on the market. The fact that they have active DSP inside them is incredible. So you can tune them. You don't have to
Hmm.
use third-party software or anything. You just you tune them with the onboard controls. You have a little bump at 200 or a little this or a little that. You just click a couple buttons and it's sounding better. So I think this is definitely part of the future that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Fully control, fully DSP speakers, in which you can control, and they just sound amazing. They're so precise. Even the keys, when I hear them with you, the keys sound amazing. They're so precise, and it's like having a surgical scalpel.
I would also say because I started this like daily, Instagram live because we were all basically, uh, closed in our home studios and building home studios in our home. Uh, those
Right,
speakers, both the keys and the 8Cs are like very unaffordable. They're speakers that are more than $10,000
right,
a pair. But that's the future because the more we're gonna go on, the more we're gonna have less acoustically treated spaces or partially acoustically treated places. So if we combine both passive acoustics and active acoustics, I think that's the best of both worlds, because at the very end, we all know that spending $100,000 on a passive acoustic on a room is it's the best. But in the future, not a lot of people will be able to do that, especially if it's a communal space that they share with their house or something else. So
right.
I think mixing between speakers that are able to correct themselves in a like non totally treated environment and treating a little bit the environment like you did, it's actually the best.
Yeah, I think so. I definitely think that's the future. I think we're going to start to see more and more um, integration into, of course, consumer markets, but integration into having more access, more DSP. I see you have the MTMs there as well,
Yeah,
and those
yeah,
have a good amount. I wouldn't quite say DSP, but they have way more controls than any other speaker of that size and that range. The amount of I
yeah,
guess
yeah.
it's DSP. It does have EQ and it does have
Yeah, basically it's like a limited and smaller and short, a smaller version of the ARC software that they have as a plugin, as an AAX and AU plugin on all the DAWs. So it's not as specific. It basically what it does. It uses the microphone directly connected to the speaker to basically EQ the speaker. Depending on how your room sounds. So it doesn't correct speaker heights or speaker distance from the source. It just corrects the speaker's EQ. But it's still good. For
still,
what
yeah,
it.
still for that price range, that's amazing. And like you said, you're getting really good results from
Mhm.
them. They're helping you out, especially in this scenario where
Yeah.
you are limited to the space that you have. So
Thank you very much, Nico. I really appreciate you connecting with us and speaking about it. So, would you say you are what, 80, 70% done with your room or?
yeah, I think I'm about 80, 90% done. This is actually this is the coolest part for me is let's see, SonarWorks.
Yeah.
Um, So I did a SonarWorks test, and
Listen, we should always thank Dave for just being Dave
oh,
because having no what I want to say is that having Dave as our mentor and as our colleague and everything basically introduces us to all these wonderful manufacturers a lot of the time. So remember when SonarWorks came to find Dave in his studio
yeah,
and introducing him to the new reference, the headphones, correction, so
yeah.
we always have previews or everything else, about that. So thank you, Dave, for
Yes, thank you, Dave. Dave is such an incredible source of information,
yeah,
and he's so wise, and he's always on the cutting edge. And
yeah.
you come in the studio, and you're like, "How do you know about this? This just came out a few hours ago," and he knows all about
Listen,
it. And
not to be, but I got a text message 2 days ago from Dave telling me that the new Massenburg update, for the AQ MDW, the 6.0 just
yeah,
came out. So he beat me on that. I mean, isn't that incredible? Like, oh, really?
Exactly.
It just came out. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. So he's always on the cutting edge. It's so incredible. It's so breathtaking that you know he's somehow finds time to do everything that he has to do and still enjoy and still find new technologies that are you know
Yeah.
going to change the game, new things that are going to, you know, change the world. I see somebody asking what
Yeah, I
converters do.
put the pin. Yeah.
So the Motu right now is my conversion, and I also have the Metrum Acoustic, which is a converter, digital analog to digital. And I'm sorry, digital to analog. So you can go in USB, optical, you know,
Yeah.
any form of digital in, and it comes out analog to the speakers. So I have those two options right now. I'm playing around with the Motu is courtesy of Cole Nystrom. Got to give him a shout out,
Yeah.
and you know, so I've just been monitoring on that, and it actually sounds really good. Like I said, this is the most important part. Forget this low curve. It was a setting on the speaker that I changed. So they're both, if you can
Mm-hmm.
see, that's pretty flat. You know, that's very
Yeah.
very to being flat. So, you know, I was gonna do
How's the latency? How much is the latency? I don't
latency.
even know how.
I have
Yeah.
it on linear phase, so the latency is
Is it
122 seconds. So that's kind of a lot, but it's definitely
1.22 seconds?
1.22 milliseconds.
Oh, milliseconds. Not that bad. I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
it's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. So,
Mm-hmm.
but the point of the fact is that I tested the room and it's looking really good. So I was gonna add more little strips from here to the roof. As you can
Mm-hmm.
see, Sylvia Massey for her poster.
Yeah,
Thank you, Sylvia. And so yeah, so I was gonna add these little strips going to the roof. As you can see, these go to the roof. So I was gonna add, you know, more all around the edge.
yeah.
But I might not need it. I might not need it. Like you saw, the curve is looking really flat. I guess for all you, I've got a couple other shout outs real quick, but I'll show you the construction just so you guys can see at home how
Mm-hmm.
easy it is to potentially construct these panels.
Oh
So
wow, yeah, it's a frame, just a wood
all it
frame.
is a frame, and I'll go ahead and let me take this poster down, and I'll show you the back of the construction so you can see. It's just rock sole or rock wool, whatever you want
Wow.
to call it, that insulation, and I put, you know, a strap to keep them in place,
Mm-hmm.
and pretty basic. So four panels that go sideways like so, um, and you know, just put some fabric on the front, and you've got, you know, if you use the right size wood, you know, a 4-inch gap or a 4-inch piece of wood with, you know, I think it's 2 or 3 inch thick, you
Uh-huh.
know, insulation. Then you have an air gap. So essentially, what I've done is, you know, created a little bit of an air gap
Yeah, yeah.
between the edge of the wood and
In
the
the
actual
meantime,
insulation.
Nico, in the meantime,
Yeah.
I have a great news from Pino, and I want to beat Dave to this. And the new Pro Tools just came out right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
2020.3.
Wow, folders, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Even
Finally,
for a
folders for
long.
everyone. Dave, this time I beat you.
So yeah,
Okay,
I've
Nico.
got a couple instruments here, but yeah, that's about it. That's let me
Yeah.
see the final look.
I wanna introduce also Jaime, and I don't want to keep it too long because every time I go like more than 1 hour, it's crazy. But you know, I think, I mean, hopefully not, but I think we're gonna stay in our houses for at least a couple more months. So we have so many days to chat about everything that, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, thank you so much for having me on.
No, thank you so much for doing this, and keep the good work, and I'll call you back probably in a couple of days just to see if there's improvements or if you're actually more comfortable mixing in your room.
Yeah, definitely. I'm starting to do a lot of work in here, so I'm getting more and more comfortable. But yeah, definitely. Let's chat soon, my brother.
Bye, Nico. Thank you.
Ciao,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I never know how to do this. Ok, I did. Bye. Ragazzi, vogliamo vedere se c'è Jaime. Great job, Nico. Dave, do you want to come up online, or shall we dedicate a whole day with me and you together tomorrow? Whatever you want, you know, I'm your servant. Let's see if Jaime is here. Jaime. Jaime. Yes, he's here. Let me invite him if I'm able to do it. Why it's so hard? They should make it okay. Return, but then how? Okay, add. Maybe I did it. Hey, Jaime.
Michele!
Good to see you. From
How are
home
you?
studio to home studio, like from
Yes,
one
sir.
to the other. Show
Here
me.
we are.
Did the panel arrive or not?
Not yet. They're
Not
arriving
yet.
tomorrow.
So
I would love to
basically,
show them.
what we're seeing in your case is like a step, not a step down, like the previous version of what Nico did. So you
Exactly.
already set up your home studio in your basically bedroom. Is it your bedroom that?
It is my bedroom. Yeah, exactly.
But you're still missing the panels that you ordered the other day.
That's right.
By the way, we can even post later, you know, what are the model or whatever, you know, the material of the panel, because people need, you know,
Totally,
I don't even know. It's 703, basically.
Well, I was between Owens Corning 703 rigid fiberglass and the rock wool, and I was doing some research, and it turns out that for home studio situations, rock wool is a little safer, and the actual performance of the noise reduction is pretty much the same. So,
because what you're willing to achieve is not only having a better acoustic, you know, environment for mixing, basically to mix inside your room, but also to isolate a little bit more. So
I'm sure that it does a little bit of isolation.
Okay,
too, yeah.
so obviously those are, you know, just to explain to people, those are totally two different things. You know, typically that when you do a professional studio, there's things you do for the acoustic isolation for the outside, and also things that you do like acoustically, that you design acoustically for making better mixes, basically, you know.
100%.
And instead, when you're trying to achieve something in a like a home studio situation like what we're doing, we're trying to do our best to, you know, minimize the effort, especially if you have a landlord, you know, and you're a tenant, so you don't want to start drilling holes everywhere, you know.
Exactly.
But I'm a tenant in my house because it's basically my wife's house. So whenever I remember the other day we were chatting privately about like putting like panels, and she went like into protection mode, like,
oh really?
are you willing to drill something in the wall? No, maybe, I don't know. Like, so show your studio, show your setup.
Let me see if I can twist the camera here. Okay, so this is where we're at right now.
Wow. Wow, I didn't realize that you brought the two keyboards from your studio. Basically,
yes, I brought everything I own home. So let me give you a quick tour. So everything really revolves around my rack that I have here. Let me get the guitar out of the way for a second.
Yeah.
And so I've got the same type of computer built by Bryson, the custom computer that Nico was talking about. It's an i9 9900 KS, 8 cores. My Apollo is the.
Well, yeah. Let's stop 1 second. Sorry. He owns the KS, which is, by the way, very hard to get nowadays. You know, on Amazon it's impossible to get. Not only nowadays, but even like a couple of months ago, because it's the overclock, or basically factory overclocked version of the original 99.
And it's supposed to be able to overclock all 8 cores to 5 gigahertz.
Exactly.
So it's pretty fantastic, and it performs amazing. So the next thing, I have my Apollo. That's my interface, the Apollo X8. I have my Grace monitor controller, which is just amazing. And Mikhail, I'm so glad that you recommended that.
That's great.
It's been a godsend. The Kemper, which I use a lot for recording guitars because I'm a guitar player as well, and just 2 satellites for extra.
By the way, great guitar player, because in the new instrumental that we did together, basically you played all the guitars, and they were wonderful. There's already people sending back songs on it, so it's great.
Oh, that's amazing! I can't wait to hear them.
Yeah, and then what's that display? The display is the LG.
The display. It's an LG. I believe it's a 39-inch ultra wide screen, and it's also great. It's just so fantastic when you're producing or when you're mixing to be able to see the whole song, and it gives you visual cues that you just can't get with a narrower display. But I mean, I love it. And then over here I got my Grace monitor controller here. This is the Touche, which is a wonderful MIDI.
You got that
controller.
too. I didn't know that.
Yeah, also per Mikael's recommendation. I started his room
Wow.
and I was like, wow, I need it. And I'm kind of using it as a mod wheel sometimes when I'm playing MIDI.
Oh, you
Yeah.
gave me a great idea. I mean, I'm a little bit scared about going back to the studio to just get that, but you gave me a great idea to get that because it actually makes a lot of sense in a small setup because you can use it as a module, basically to modulate everything. Yeah.
It's great. It's so powerful, and
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Let me put down the name here so people can get it. Okay, yeah, go on. Yeah.
Little Native Instruments keyboard just to have in front of me. The TC Electronic Clarity M, which is great.
Yeah.
I use it a lot. Besides, for looking for. Let me see if I can get some audio so you guys can see. To get, look at frequencies that in the mix might be bothering me. It's also great because you can analyze your whole mix offline in Pro Tools, and you can see the LUFs for the whole mix, and that way it could give you an advantage in loudness when you go on Spotify or something like that.
Exactly, especially because like you said that you can do it on Audio Suite. So basically offline. So you don't need to wait to go through the whole 3 minutes of your song. You just can select that and process like basically in 1 second, and see
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And then I got my machine, which is kind of my drum production setup there. And the monitors that I'm using, actually, Sean Fabos, the owner of Fab Factory, let me borrow them.
Shout out to Sean.
Big shout out to Sean for helping me out to continue working here. They're the Unity Audio The Rock Mark 1. And they're fantastic speakers. I've really been enjoying working on them. SonarWorks definitely helped a little bit because they're a bit on the dark side as speakers. But I've used them at the studio for months already, and I really love them.
So you are endorsing SonarWorks too? You say, are you like
100%?
Because I need to try it. You need to try
it. What I will say is this: I've been working on mixes from home, and the first thing that I did when I got home, I was like, okay, how am I going to be able to do mixes the way I do them at the studio, but in this new setup? And so I started using these headphones that I've had for about 10 years. They're the AKG K701s. And the second I put them on, I noticed that there was a lack of low end and a bit of a boost in, I don't know, the 5 to 10K range that was bothering me and making it hard to work. And I was a little disheartened at first, but then I figured, let me just try SonarWorks. And I was blown away. I was really able to get it to sound so similar to what I'm used to, and I've been doing mixes with them and checking on the speakers.
But did you also calibrate your speakers or not?
I calibrated the headphones and the speakers.
Oh wow! Yeah. And what do you think about the speaker calibration? Is like exactly mind blowing.
All the problems that I've had. So for the headphones, I had a problem with the lack of body and low end, and I was afraid that my mixes weren't going to translate. And SonarWorks fixed that without me having to do anything. Wow. And with the speakers, I had a problem with the clarity, not being really able to hear the definition on the top end. And without having to do anything, again, SonarWorks fixed it.
Wow.
So I was actually really impressed with how well it worked.
A lot of people, are you using the system-wide option or are you using
I'm using both. I'm using both. The system-wide and then the plug-in on my stereo bus.
But why are you using both?
Well, because I also like to be able to hear on Spotify how stuff's supposed to sound for reference.
No. I understand, but why you are not using just the system wide? Why are you deciding sometimes on not using this? Because from my understanding, even if I never tried it, the system wide basically is always on, so everything that runs through it, so even Spotify, even everything else. So
the thing with the system wide is it depends on, you need to set an output on it.
Yeah.
And different outputs have different setups. So I haven't really, I mean, maybe I just need to, I've spent like a week with it, but maybe I need to find a way to be able to switch between my Apollo and my computer output and the different outputs from my Apollo and keep it, because I haven't been able to do that yet.
Because what I'm doing here is having the same output for everything, so basically, everything comes out on the 1 and 2 of the Apollo. So which actually helps me to recreate my sound grid setup, because I can play splice samples while listening to my arrangement,
Oh, I definitely use that setting sometimes, but in general, the way you have it set up, I have 3 digital outputs.
Yeah.
1 SPDIF for my Apollo, 1 ADAT for my Apollo, and 1 Toslink for my computer.
I understand. Yeah. Okay.
And then the last thing, I just have my
Yeah.
Native Instruments Complete
Right.
88 with the Fatar keypad. That's incredible. And the Prophet X.
That's great. You know that I brought
well.
mine too. It's in my garage. You know,
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm ready to use it. Yeah.
It's so great. I love it.
The library by 8 Dio inside, it's incredible. It's deep sampled from I mean, those additional, you know, package that you can buy online are so great. So basically, 8 Dio went to Dave Smith's house and sampled all these vintage keyboards, but like deep sampled. We're talking about I don't even know, but like what 5-10 gigabytes for each keyboard. You know,
it's amazing.
All his Prophet 5, his ARP 2600, his Jupiter 4, is I think also Juno 106. If I'm not, I don't remember. I mean Jupiter 8. I owned all those keyboards, and I mean, obviously, if you have in front of you a real Jupiter 8, it's also a tactile, you know, emotion that you get, feeling. But apart from that, the sound and how in tune they are, obviously, because they're samples. It's so great for production and for being fast and, you know, having a quick, you know, keyboard in front of you to be able to play those incredible and vintage instruments. It's like a godsend.
And it's so powerful because it reminds me of Omnisphere in some ways, because you can layer a patch from the Juno 106 with a patch from the Prophet and run them through a filter together. You can do all kinds of great combinations. And they have some of the built-in samples that come with it are kind of weird and like percussive and organic. And you can get some really cool sounds from it.
I mean, guys, in general, I mean, there's never been a better time now to explore, because we have more time. We're in our houses. You know, what do you want to do? You want to listen to the news every day and get depressed more and more, or or maybe dedicate some of that time to explore and learn. There's so many things that I still want to learn. I mean, Dave, it's actually teaching us every day. He says every day, you know, you want to learn. You want to basically, it teaches something to us every day, but also he learns every day about, you know, new plugin, about a new technology, a new something. And if someone that, you know, big, you know, that like incredibly, you know, respected engineer still is willing to learn, we should all learn like every day. And by the way, I found myself having the studio inside my house to be able to use some like different like time frames and period, like after 8 p.m. typically I was never working at Fan Factory because I was coming back to my, you know, to my family and playing with my kid. But now when he goes to sleep around 8:30, between let's say 9 and 11, those are like golden hour. Those 2 hours, I mean, I search about new plugins, new sound, or databases, or reorganize my stuff, or maybe just do an instrumental. This thing that I did, I played it before. Let me play you. Listen to this. It's super cool. And I did it between 9 and 11 yesterday. I think it's going to turn out great.
That's great.
Listen to now. Protection on the speakers. Too loud. Whatever. But I mean, I like the fact that, you know, it's almost like you having more time, you can, and not being inside an environment that in some way forces you to be more productive, you know, because I come back, I mean, I love Fan Factory, but it's almost like if seeing all these beautiful, you know, keyboards and Augsburger's monitors and lights, and it puts like a pressure, like you have to commit, you have to do something, you have to come out with a song. Now, I mean, it's more like, let me try this plugin that I never tried before, you know, let me see, because, you know, my speakers aren't perfect. My room isn't perfect, so who cares? Let me, you know, and then something good sometimes comes out, you know, which is great.
100%. It's great. It's an interesting time because, like you said, you kind of go, you get to work when you feel inspired more than you get to work because you have this pressure there's less expectations, so it's interesting. It's definitely a new environment.
Jaime, thank you for spending some time with me. And then I've been probably a couple of months or whatever, you know, I don't want to jinx, you know, maybe just only 20 days. We're going to still stay in our home, you know, so we have more chances to talk for sure. I want to talk with Dave. I don't know if Dave is ready to go online today. We talked about doing tomorrow, so maybe we're going to do it tomorrow, you know, but still.
Thank you for having me, and big shout out to Dave also for, like you said, sharing so much cool stuff with us. And to Pino for letting us know that Pro Tools came out today, which I
can't wait. Actually, I can't wait to quit.
Yeah.
Pro Tools. Guys, finally, we have folders in Pro Tools 2020.3. It's going to be great. I mean, I can't wait, you know.
Yeah.
Look, Dave is writing to you. Jaime, great stuff. Thank you, Dave. Great.
You're the man, Dave.
Bye, Jaime. Bye.
Talk later. Thanks for having me.
Bye. Okay, guys. I mean, it was great. If you have more questions, Dave, it's up to you. You want to do it now or you want to do it tomorrow? I will do it tomorrow so we have more time to discuss stuff and everything, whatever you want. Mick Roby, downloading Pro Tools now. I'm a beat you all to it. Yeah, Mick, we gave you tricks. Let's do it tomorrow. Great, Dave. I agree 100%. Thank you for spending some time with us and sending tricks and tips and tricks. Bye. Ragazzi, io quitterei, nel senso che voglio veramente scaricare Pro Tools. Chiedetemi 2 cose se volete oppure ci sentiamo dopo su tutti i vari social media e voglio finire anche questa base, tra l'altro, e voglio vedere i folder come funzionano su Pro Tools. Vi leggo al volo qualche domanda che mi avete fatto. What's your starting point making a beat like that? Luca Panebianco, parlo in italiano perché penso che tu sia italiano. Ecco, te lo dico, lo dicevo prima, l'ho detto all'inizio, Luca. Praticamente ieri ero qui che cazzeggiavo dopo cena e ho detto, scusa, ma con tutto questo poco ben di Dio rispetto al mio studio a Milano o a Los Angeles, ma comunque un po' di ben di Dio, ho detto, i Pocket Operator, li avevo comprati tutti e poi ne avevo venduti, mi ero tenuto solo il KO e lo Speak. E ho detto, ma scusa, proviamo a vedere quanto fighi sono. Li ho collegati, ho solo un mini jack, perciò devo scegliere cosa collegare. Il mini jack va a finire dentro l'SSL 6 lì, come vedete. Tra l'altro è un cavo stereo, perciò devo pure usare la tecnica di pluggarlo a metà, perché sennò non si sente, va in controfase il mono. Insomma, in poche parole, siamo mezzi di fortuna. E tutto il beat che senti è nato da io che ho messo a 100 bpm sia lo Speak che il KO, che vi facevo sentire prima, e usavo gli effetti in tempo reale, perciò questo è tutto fatto con lo Speak, che poi ho loopato, come vedete, in diversi punti. E quando sentite le variazioni ritmiche sono io che schiacciavo FX e un numero da 1 a 16 che fa dei glitch diversi. Perciò, come se sentite, il pattern non è sempre uguale, ma cambia. Poi il ritmo principale arriva dal POKO, processato in parallelo con il Nembrini Lo-Fi, che è fantastico per fare... secondo me la più valida alternativa al Lo-Fi di Avid, che io uso da quando è uscito. E basta, perché in questo caso è nato dagli Pocket Operator della Teenage Engineering, che sono questi qui. E poi è nato perciò tutte le parti ritmiche sono da quelle, e poi dallo strumento Avenger, che stavo facendo vedere prima, in cui le chitarre e i bassi nascono da questo strumento, bellissimo. E poi cosa c'è di particolare? Sempre i suoni di Mario nascono sempre da Avenger. C'è una libreria che si chiama 8-bit che ho comprato, e come potete sentire, questo è il suono principale, Mario Harp, dov'è che l'ho messo? Questo in realtà è il suono techno, ma eccolo qua, scusate, questo qui. Perciò ho fatto una parte tipo... però all'ottava bassa. Questo era il pre-chorus. E così. Perciò, insomma, nasce da questa roba qui e basta. P.O. Song. Il capotesta. Che gioia così. Cosa cosa volevo dirvi ancora? Basta, ragazzi. Perciò ci vediamo, se volete stare in contatto, mandarti la produzione, non so se volete mandarmi cose che vi mandate pure a canova@canovallc.com, ve l'avevo già detto, ve lo scrivo anche, questo è l'indirizzo della mia società, eccolo, e potete mandare qui. Bene ragazzi, ci vediamo magari domani, anzi sicuramente direi domani. Uè. Con Fedez, guarda, ci stavamo proprio sentendo, cioè, ci credi? Non lo so se sarà un album, sicuramente ci sentiamo, sicuramente siamo tutti molto attivi in questo momento. Cosa volevo dirvi? Basta, ci sentiamo dopo. Ciao ragazzi.